Oh my God, your poor dad.
Bienvenidos a la Por Papá. Te llamo Jade. This is Pagina Baily.
Pagina, this is Bailey. Take it away. One last sniffle. Last one. All right. Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was waiting for you guys to say something. We're on a Zoom because, per usual, I am not with us.
She's no longer with us.
I'm with us in the physical sense, but spiritually, I'm gone.
So are you actually in the city of lights or the city that never sleeps? She's in Sin City, baby. Sin City.
I honestly think I'm in the city of lights, the city that never sleeps, and Sin City, because that's what Vegas has to offer.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. I have to say, I'm like kind of a little tipsy just because I got off work at noon and I thought, look, I'm being productive, so I'm going to start cleaning the house, but I'm not going to clean the house unless I have a good old Miller, right? So during the day, I'm drinking the Miller while I'm cleaning, and then it got dark outside and I said, ooh, now it's time for some wine.
You know what? I think you clean and drink Miller Lite.
Because I'm dad?
Yes, dad literally has to have a Miller Lite to do any task.
It really is Pavlovian when I'm like mopping. I feel like I have to have a beer. It's like, wait, it's 10 a.m. How am I supposed to even mop if I can't have a beer? This doesn't make sense.
But here's the thing with Andy Brandt, like time does not hold any constraints over his life. Like, do you want a Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito?
Yes.
Is it 7 a.m.?
Yes.
Yes. Are you gonna get it? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, so sorry guys if I'm a little loosey-goosey.
And I'm in Vegas, so I should be like, and it's Friday.
No, but you're in a bad mood.
Well, I'm actually not in a bad mood relative to like the bad moods I've been in this week.
That's great. And I'm sick, so I'm a little cranky, like the Grinch. Like my shirt.
Bailey's the Grinch. Yeah, I'm in Vegas for work and I've had about 75 breakdowns this week. It's just like Vegas is a tough place to be for work because I only have the best times in Vegas, and it's like all this fun is like literally right out my window. And I am being forced to be in a convention center all day.
Right. And that's just not the girl that you are.
No, honey, I'm supposed to be out there on the poles dancing.
Honey, well, get out there.
Well, the thing is, it's funny that we call each other cowgirls. I am a cowgirl this weekend.
This weekend you are a cowgirl. Well, you're trying to be. You're pretending to be.
I know. And I'm here for the national finals rodeo. I'm not in it, but I'm here for it.
And hey, any of those boys out there hanging on for 8 seconds?
Oh, honey, they have true grit, is what they say.
I've heard it.
There's a whole, like, people are like, I love Yellowstone. I just want to move to Montana and like go to the rodeo. And it's like, do it then. Go, come here and do this.
Why are you mad at them?
I'm just saying, like, there's an opportunity for you to do it.
Okay.
And I don't know why I'm mad. It's just maybe because like I don't watch Yellowstone and like I'm
well, that's probably your first problem. So
I probably should, but it's been emotionally taxing. I'm at the Tropicana and I'm no longer going to pretend like I'm not concerned about my accommodations because I am.
Right. We're all concerned.
And this is not the level of accommodations I personally would like in my life.
Well, are you sure? Because like I see the beautiful view you have out your window.
Of
Las Vegas.
I'm surprised you could see that because there's this like netting over the window. Like
ooh, it's like a screen.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like not a screen. It's like it's
to prevent jumpers.
We were like, once you walk into this place, you're just hit with the smell of like 1990s Vegas. Like it's just smoke. And Vegas the casinos do smell like smoke. But then once you go to a nice casino and smell their smoke, and then you come to Tropicana and smell that smoke, it's two different smokes.
Well, I always think that like the smell of like cigarette smoke in the air doesn't bother me. Kind of reminds me of our late
Gigi.
grandmother. But the smell of cigarette smoke on like clinging onto a person is a completely different thing.
I still
you know?
kind of like it.
No, it's better when it's like with a nice like old lady and she has like perfume. Then it's like Gigi, but like
Yeah.
there's some men around
But like
here.
when you walk
there
into a room and like furniture, like it's different.
There was one time I gave my like guy friend a hug and he had smoked, so it was like on his jacket, and I was like, oh, you smell like my Gigi. Like that's like not what someone wants to hear.
What?
Interesting. You smell like my late grandmother.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Mom, I called mom and had like a breakdown this morning, and she was so like nice. So
It's like she's our mom or something.
I know. Wow, this is really nice. I should call her more often.
And you should call her more often and like be nice to her more often.
I know. It's hard. But yeah, what's going on with you guys?
So, well, before we get into like what's going on, I saw one of our listeners, Michaela, actually, she commented on our like Q&A that's like on the Spotify episodes. That's like unless we make one, it's like, how did you like this episode? Whatever. It's like generic. But she commented, and I wanted to read it out loud. I wanted to give Michaela a little shout out because I thought it would brighten Jade's day a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She said, always love you three. I have 3 little sisters and can honestly say Jade is my twin flame. Next time you want to come to New York or Long Island, we're going out.
Let's go. I love New York and Long Island.
So I just like wanted us to like start the episode with that kind of energy because you have a twin flame that's listening, and this past week you've just been down. So I just like wanted you to know that like we're going out in New York with Michaela one day. Yeah. I don't know when, but like it's happening because she's your twin flame.
And you know what's funny is I really thought Colorado was my twin flame, but I'm glad to know it's not him. It's Michaela.
It's Michaela. Yeah. No, I'm honestly
big upgrade.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
Speaking of twin flames in Colorado, this has nothing to do with that, but I was in Chicago this weekend. So I went from like a high, seeing my friends from college. Mr. Roberts came with me. We ate the best food ever. We were Ubering around that city. I saw Soldier Field. I saw the Bean. I was like living my life in Chicago, which is a fabulous city. I think we need to like do more things with Chicago, even though we're trying so hard.
Really good idea, Jade.
Sounds like such a good idea.
But my friends at the wedding were like, oh my gosh, I love your poor dad. Like, I don't think your target demo is like moms or whatever, but we love it. And I'm like, our target demo is everyone. Like, if you have a sister or don't have a sister, that's our target demo.
You have ears.
It's everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Chicago? Chicago?
Soldier
Here we are.
Yeah. I told everyone my plan our plan of getting the newest recruit, because the Bears are so bad. We're going to get the hot new recruit, and then we're going to be best friends with him.
Right. Yeah. Yes, we are.
So everyone thinks that that's a great idea. At least they said that to my face. So
good. Baily,
going on with you guys?
I feel like you'll have a lesser update than me. So you want to go?
No, I have actually. I have so much to say. I just don't know how much I can say.
Well, that's why I thought you wouldn't talk as much.
Well, I just got back from Cancun for my best friend's wedding, and it was phenomenal. It was so beautiful.
It looked like a really beautiful wedding.
Like, it was so jungly where we were. Like, I stayed with Six, and it was the most beautiful hotel room I'll probably ever stay in. Like, it was like all these little casitas, so it's like just an upstairs and a downstairs. But then, like, if you go out on the balcony, like, there's all the like trees. So like even though you're really close to the next casita, it's like you can't see anything, which is like great.
So you guys boned outdoors or what?
No, and
Jade, grow up.
Why is that?
No.
You grow up.
yeah. No, we didn't though, but thank you for asking.
Okay.
But what did happen was we like, oh, thank God, because like we had like these big doors that opened to the outside. It was beautiful weather and it was great. We ordered room service. We were about to like go like eat, and like the day before we ate outside on our little patio and it was great. But we were still laying in bed and we just hear something like tugging at the door, and I look over and there's a fucking raccoon like trying to claw its way into the room, and like the glass doors are open and it's just the screen that doesn't lock, and it's trying to open the door to get in.
It's like a sliding glass door.
It's like 2 screen doors that like are gonna come apart, and there's no like lock. And then what Six thought was like the right thing to do, he like held me in place and I was like flipping over, so like I rolled over him to jump out of the bed to run into the bathroom to lock myself in because every man for himself. And he was like,
you guys like make a loud noise and then it would just go away.
Why did he pin you down to keep you in
that
one
caused
location?
a like ruckus and it ran away? But like,
yeah,
he was like, oh, like he was like patting himself on the back of like, see, like I held you, made sure you were safe. I was like, no, I had to get out of there, you know?
yeah.
But that was fine. It ran away. That wasn't a problem. But
How was your speech?
oh, I don't think very good. But so many people like,
Oh,
no, I don't think it was very good. But a lot of people were like, great job. And it's like, you know,
it was probably a good speech.
I don't think it was. I think people
they
just
always
like
say that just to make like small talk.
like, oh, you
know
were
what?
up there. You said something.
I disagree because like there's a lot of people that talk at weddings, but if I didn't like someone's speech, like I wouldn't go up to them and be like, hey, good speech. I just like not
it's like-
say anything.
It's like when you're in line for a drink and you're like, that was a great
Hey,
speech.
good speech.
Yeah, it just
It's like, what else do you
elephant in the
say?
room. Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna address that you just bombed up there.
It was fine. I just am too nervous and I don't know what to say, you know.
Yeah.
But at the wedding, so we didn't get to rehearse at the actual venue. And like we didn't even walk down the aisle, like Katie obviously did. Like the bridesmaids didn't, so that was fine. So it was like, cool, can't mess that up. But the planner told me to sit in one area and like this is where like all the like the VIPs, the family, whatever are gonna sit. So Sticks and I sat there, like sequestered away from like the other people. And I was like, all right, I guess someone's gonna come sit by me. No one did, so it's just me and Sticks like over off on the side. So like everyone's like looking up toward the front of the church and like we're on the side looking just like right, like toward the side. I don't know how to
Do you
explain
think
that better.
they tried to sequester you the entire time on
Well,
purpose?
they were like, make sure that you're close because your job is to like grab her flowers and like fluff her dress, whatever.
Right.
And so I did that, did a great job. But then while it's like a Catholic church or a Catholic wedding, whatever, all the things are happening. And I'm sitting there and I like feel like a little pop on my shoulder and my dress strap broke. And it's like a little triangle with just like a spaghetti strap. And so just like flop, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was not exposed, but like I had to hold it like up.
Tits out for the boys. Tits out for the boys.
Tits out for matrimony. So I'm like holding my dress and it looks like I'm saying the Pledge of Allegiance, which was like a good thing that we were like on this like side thing. So only a few people can see. And I like make eye contact with like the groom's sister, like from way across the church. And she like assesses what's happening. She's like, uh-oh, there's danger afoot, like we gotta do something. And she shows me, I have a safety pin, but like this is like a silent Catholic ceremony. She's all the way on the other side. And I was like, all right, well, great. But then the father of the bride, well, actually the mother of the bride noticed what was happening. And she was like whispering, like, does anyone have a safety pin? And no one did. So her dad, or Katie's dad, took off his boutonniere and I like fastened it with the boutonniere, which was great because like seconds after I finally clasped, the priest was like, and then the girl with the flowers, like come offer, it's like offering it to some like saint, I don't know. And so I stand up to offer the flowers because I was the only girl with flowers, but guess what? Wasn't even me. So whatever. I don't know how Catholic things work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm glad you made it through.
It was fine. It was great. It was beautiful.
It was great. It was great. Anything else?
Yeah. Actually, the best part of the weekend to say still. Are you guys tired of listening to me or what?
Keep going.
It's
Keep going, honey.
Fine, screw you guys.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
The best thing, it was very sweet that Styx organized this whole thing because we were flying into Cancun and then we had to drive an hour to Mayakoba. But we like fell in love, became boyfriend and girlfriend at a resort in Cancun. And we have like a favorite restaurant there, like at the resort we stayed at. Are you really going to be texting the whole time?
No. You've already told me the story.
Okay, well,
so
it was very sweet that now I'm like out of it.
You're telling a good story. This is a good story.
just keep going. So Styx took you to the restaurant you guys loved at your resort.
Yeah, and it was like very much like an extra thing. So he had to get a shuttle from the airport to the restaurant, and then he had to schedule another shuttle a couple hours later from that restaurant to our resort. But then our flight was delayed, so then we got there like after the restaurant was closed, but they still let us in. And I was really nervous because I was like, what if we should never go back to that restaurant? Like, what if that was like our perfect little bubble of like the first time we're like on vacation together and stuff, and like maybe the carpaccio wasn't as good as we thought it was.
Right.
But guess what?
It
It
was.
was even better. Even better. So
Yeah,
and one of the people came over, and I think that they were just trying to like gas us up, and like it worked. They were like, "Oh, you stayed here before. Like I remember you." I was like,
there's probably celebrities there.
They were like, "You're a poor dad."
Yeah,
we were like, "Yeah, I'm left girl."
No,
they
you're
don't
middle
listen.
girl, and Paige's left girl, technically.
I think it's really
spots.
I think it's really sweet that Nick planned that whole thing because it was so many extra steps. I think that was really sweet of him.
I know, it was very sweet of him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That was gorge.
My turn.
You know.
Guys, you know what? Before I get into what I was just about to say, my first little update is my little baby tiger. He's hurt. He has a slipped disc in his lower back. So the challenge for the next 2 months is to, oh, here he is.
That's my cue.
It's his debut. The challenge for the next 2 months is to keep him rested. And if you know Tiger, that's difficult. So we're struggling. It's day 3 or 4. It's tough. It's tough out here, but you know what? We're gonna be okay. I have a BB update because guys, guess what?
What?
While you bitches were out of town, you were in Chicago, you were in Mexico, BB came to Austin.
Right.
And I just have to say, what a weekend. Like, what a weekend. Like, Brenna said that me and her brother were going to be a match, and she delivered. Like, Brenna was right.
And that's a real fourth brand sister. Like
Brenna,
hard to top that.
No offense, but like Brenna's the top fourth brand sister. Also, I just have to say, I heard that Brenna and one of the other sisters, Brielle, both listened to the podcast, and guess what? They said that I was their favorite sister.
Wow.
Because they said that I was really funny.
Wow.
That's what BB said. So anyways, I was more nervous to meet him on a first date than I've ever been in my entire life, because no one's ever flown to Austin to take me on a date, right? That's never happened. So I was like, oh my God. Like, what if I see him and I'm like, yeah, you know? Luckily,
Goo!
Luckily, I saw him and I was like, okay. And we had such a lovely dinner. We went to La Piscina. And then so the only problem of the night is that I did not want to leave BB, right? So it's like we left dinner. we left dinner and I'm like, oh, like I still want to keep hanging out. Like, do you? And he's like, yeah. So it's like we kept going. At this point, we're downtown, so we keep going to these other bars, right? So I keep drinking, and I don't want to leave. So we stay out until the bars close, until like 2.
Sheesh.
And then we are finally leaving. So I was like, oh, like he got a hotel room, which I thought he was gonna stay with his friends. So when I found out he had a hotel room, I was like, oh wow. Now I don't know. I just like felt, I didn't know. You're paying for this hotel room. I just like, wow, right? So I walk into like his hotel and then I called my Uber. And then right before I left, because let me tell you something about BB. He is a gentleman. Like he is a gentleman. And I was like, I'm going to kiss this man goodbye. Night 1. You know what I mean? I'm going to get that first night kiss.
Did you slip him a little tongue action?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, okay, like my Uber's here, like hug. And then get into the Uber.
Did you grab the back of his neck and say,
No, he's like really tall. So I was just like,
grabbed his little boobs and you said, I don't know why that was like,
no.
That's the farthest you could reach is up to his boobs.
No, but I like gave him a hug and then got on my little tippy toes and I was like,
you're like, look, I'm so small.
like, make me fly.
And he picked you up and look, I'm flying.
Anyways. So I was flying a little too high that night because the next day I've never experienced a hangover like I experienced that Saturday. So he had planned it really perfectly to where it's like if we did not hit it off on Friday, he has friends in Austin that he can hang out with.
Right.
Well, we did hit it off. So we wanted to hang out again on Saturday. And so I'm like, yeah, like I need to keep taking a nap. Like I'm sick. What I wasn't telling him is that I was throwing up all day, right?
All day.
Because I'm like, it's gonna stop. It always stops eventually.
Yeah, especially when it's like if the vomit comes to you, then it's like that's a good sign.
Yeah. Well, not this time.
Not though.
Not this time. So I am like, okay, you know what? I'll meet you for dinner. I'll meet you and your friends, make a plan for dinner. I'll meet you there. And I start getting ready like 2 hours before because I'm going slow. I'm like dabbing my like face. I'm like, I'm going slow and I'm stopping, throwing up, coming back, fixing my makeup. Like it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Uber called. I text him. I'm like, hey, called my Uber. I'll be there soon. And then I'm like in my bathroom and I throw up again, but like in a way that like I've never thrown up before. And it was everywhere. And I was like,
oh my God.
Everywhere.
Like
because I was like
the toilet?
Yeah, I was like in my sink and I'm like brushing my teeth before I leave and I like start throwing up and I was like, oh my God. And I like went to the toilet and it like, you know.
That's what people do when they're either like 3 years old or
it
like,
was
have the flu.
Okay, so the thing is like that was the moment I said, I cannot go meet up with this man again because I'm not in the right state, right? And at that point, since I threw up, like I kind of started like crying and then my makeup was like running down my face.
I love having
why am I like this?
I love having a pity party while I'm throwing up as if like I didn't ask for it, you know, like
so like
sad.
My last text to him was, okay, called my Uber, see you soon. And then I sent another text, actually bad news. So I actually canceled my Uber that was 3 minutes away. I cannot go. And I did not tell you this. I told you I was hungover, but I've actually been vomiting and I'm still vomiting. Anyways, so I was really nervous that he wasn't going to want to see me again. But he was like, just feel better. Because again, he's a nice guy. He's a gentleman, right? And so he's like, let's hang out tomorrow. I'm like, I want to hang out tomorrow.
Wow.
So we hang out the next day. I meet more of his friends. I like them. we started at Bolden Acres, and it was a great time.
Did you play pickleball?
No, but watch some people play pickleball.
Were you like, I can do that?
No, I said I want to do that. I said I really want to
But
get
I
into
don't know
pickleball.
how.
Can you teach me?
Hold. Wait, can you stand behind me and show me how to hold this?
Oops. No, anyways, so then we just like we hung out Sunday and then like hung out the entire day. Again, did not want to leave.
Did you guys make out?
We didn't make out, but at the end of the night we kissed like the first night it was one peck, the second night it was
A bushel and a peck.
pecks.
A bush and a peck. Okay.
Anyways, I'm obsessed.
Why
so.
didn't you guys make out?
Yeah, I don't know, because we were like always out in public.
I'd be like, do you want to come back to my place?
Well, like I said,
Can I
he's
go
a
back to your hotel? So
like I said, he's a gentleman.
She tried.
Look, I would have been down, but like he's a gentleman, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm also a gentle lady.
I'm so respectful and proper.
I'm so
Wait,
gentle.
but then this is for all of the people who have been listening to this podcast for a while now. Today, so that this happened this past weekend, or last weekend. Today we're recording on a Friday. Today he sends me a text and he's like, how religious are you? And my immediate response back was, this is a triggering question. And I was like, fuck, it's gonna happen again. It's happening again. Like, and I was like, okay, look, my last boyfriend broke up with me because we were on different faith paths. And like, long story short, I'm not that religious. And he was like, okay, yeah, great. Like, me either. I was just asking because like he listens to a different type of music than I do. And so he was like, oh, I'm gonna send you this like playlist. And he was like, but I realize a lot of these like songs are like a little like anti-religion type things. And not anti-religion, but like they're like screamo music, you know what I mean? So it's like he's like, if you're like really like religious or Catholic or something, like you probably might not like it. What, I don't know, whatever. But I was like, oh, see, I thought this was going in a way different direction. I was like,
yeah,
the last time someone was talking to me about religion, it was not about music. Like,
yeah.
if this is about music, thank goodness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm religious for that. Like, praise Jesus. I was like, I thought you were about to be like, ooh, you don't go to church every Sunday? You gotta go.
Where
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're on different faith paths.
You listen to secular music?
Oh,
I hate
but
music.
the thing is like, I don't know what, I did not post anything about me being out with BB. Like, I did not do, like, there's nothing that like the world besides like,
Our listeners.
besides the listeners. Well, you know, stupid. That's
What are you
stupid.
talking
What
about?
do you mean?
Because two of like previous boys texted me the exact same day, which was like 3 days ago, asking me on dates. And I'm like, one of them was the guy who literally blew me off a couple weeks ago for the 4th time. And then the other one was like a guy, just like a nice guy that
Okay. What's the BB update though? You said you had a BB update.
I
was
literally
it.
just told you.
That's it?
But they went on a date.
No, the whole religious comment. I said this happened today. This is the update. I literally said,
I thought you were gonna say he was in love with you.
wait, you literally just like cut off. Okay. You keep going.
What? I thought that there was gonna be a different BB update.
No, this
I
this is the
literally
first time we talked since,
specified, and then this happened today. He texted me literally just today. How
Got it.
religious are you?
Got it. Okay. I'm here. I'm with you.
Well, because then I was trying to talk about like what is it when like someone's a girl's finally happy and like previous guys like reach out, but you just fucking blew that one out of the water.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, that is something that guys do though.
It's a
Okay.
sixth sense.
Have a radar.
Okay.
What?
Wait, what's your update? What's your update?
I thought that there was something else.
I literally just said so many things.
Okay, my bad.
Well, now what?
Okay, let's move on. Move on.
All right, well, let's.
Wait, should we do the Bears update before we do the
I was
listener
gonna say beep,
stories?
beep, 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 but I didn't know if you wanted me to.
You can say it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay, guys. This is an interesting one. And this actually, all of this information, this is the Bears update. This comes from Gene Chamberlain. He really helped me understand this whole topic because the Bears are 3-10. That's not good. But they are explosive but not productive. They are number 1 in plays, but they're ranked 19th in scoring. Let me tell you. So the Bears have the most explosive plays of the season of all of the NFL. Let me tell you what an explosive play is.
Okay.
Their run plays of 10 yards or longer and pass plays of 20 yards or longer. So like these are good things, right? They've had 99 big plays, which is more than any other team, but finishing the big play in the end zone needs to be the priority, which like hasn't been the priority. So that was like the big topic of like the day, right? It's like the Bears are like
moving the ball, but they're just not getting it to the end.
Exactly. Oh no, they're getting it. They have these big plays that are getting it to the end zone. They're just not, or they're getting it close to the end zone. They're not passing it. Which tells me
that if the Bears were a man in bed, the Bears sound like a man in bed. They're taking you right there, but they're not getting you to the touchdown.
So really exciting, and it's like, wow, maybe this is gonna happen.
That's a hetero man.
Yeah.
In bed. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me hope because it's like the plays are there. It's like you know what to do, right? We just need to execute.
And you know, I always say, whatever team puts more points on the board is the one that's going to win. So we got to do that. That's what I always say.
That's definitely facts, Bailey.
Yeah. And I think they just really need to get that ball across the line.
Yeah, like keep making those big plays, but
explosive plays.
Just take that explosive play a little further, like into the end zone.
Yeah. That's all any girl wants.
Touchdown, baby.
All any girl could ever ask for in this life is for a guy to take it into the end zone.
Wait, I also have just like one more thing to say about BB is because some of his friends listened to the podcast, or he told them, I don't remember, but your suggestion of like, oh, you should get him like cowboy boots or a cowboy hat for like coming to Austin. Mm-hmm. Everyone was dying laughing at that because they're like, he is a cowboy, or like he was
already a cowboy.
He was a cowboy, and I said, honey, okay, keep laughing, but I didn't do it now, did I?
Honey, and also if he wants more cowboy boots and cowboy hat, just tell him, call me up tonight because I can buy him some at this damn cowboy Christmas I'm at.
You can get him some real special decorative. Love it.
Rat.
I need to find Mr. Roberts a little gift from the Tropicana. Do you think I should get him a shirt?
Yes. Oh,
he's gonna hate it.
I know, that's why it's good.
Yeah, there's some Tropicana shirts downstairs that have like little crystals on them.
Oh wow,
crystals! He would like it. He posted something with crystals on it yesterday, and I responded. I said, "Ooh, fancy!"
That's funny.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, by the way, I saw Kirby and Lizzie from Curb Appeal podcast. It's a podcast based out of Fort Worth. And you know what? We're girls that are kind of based out of we used to be. And they Kirby she's like in the Western world, like she like covers rodeos and like Western lifestyle stuff, and Lizzie owns City Boots, and they want to do a little podcast swap with us. And I was like, that sounds amazing.
That would be
And
fun.
they were like, we are waiting for a Mr. Roberts reveal.
Patreon, baby.
And I was like, honey, keep waiting. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you could probably put two and two together.
But like, wait for our Patreon coming January 2023.
Yeah. I mean, it's Bailey.
Should I go? I'm ready.
Wait, what's your update? Just kidding.
Hi, sisters.
Hi.
I was brainstorming things to write in, and I'm dying to know your thoughts on the story. I hope you haven't filmed next week's episode yet. We're doing it right now.
Doing it now.
So I went to college at a pretty small university in the Midwest, about 13,000 students. Since the town was small, everyone lived walking distance from the bars. One night, my neighbor decided to leave the bar and walk home alone. On her walk home, a man followed her home and into her house. He held her at gunpoint and was trying to rape her. She somehow was able to talk the man down and talked him into leaving before calling the police. She was untouched and unharmed, but it was a traumatizing situation for everyone involved. She packed her bags and her parents moved her home the next morning. The cops had no idea who the man was and never caught him. Obviously, news travels fast in a small college town, and people were terrified. Our landlords had to install cameras in all of the buildings just in case the situation happened again, since the man was never caught. Well, this is where things get crazy. 2 years, yeah.
Wasn't crazy?
2 years later, we find out that the whole entire story was a lie. This bitch made up a whole ass story about a man holding her at gunpoint and trying to assault her, and then called the police, who obviously started a whole ass investigation. Like, how fucked up do you need to be to do something like that? For years, we were scared to leave our houses because of her. She got charged and got a shit ton of fines and had to do community service. I still get mad thinking about this story. Curious to know what you sisters think. She also never apologized to her roommate and still tried to play the victim card when they confronted her.
How did you guys find out?
So yeah, how do we know that it was fake? I thought that we found out it was fake because like she eventually was like, oh, like just kidding.
I mean, it sounds like it was verified
in a lie.
And it must be verified fake if she was actually brought charges against and had to like pay fines, you know.
The charges were brought
Fake.
Verified fake.
That's fucked.
She was brought to court and they said, this is verified fake.
It's just like
She was like, wait, this economics class is pretty tough. How could I get out of it? I got an exam tomorrow.
This lie got out of hand quickly.
She's like, wow, everyone like
brought to justice.
really cares about me. I just think that's like so.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just think that's so like fucked because like there are so many women out there who are actually being assaulted, and when they do come forward, like, oh, sometimes they're not believed, right? And then so it's like this person has this story and they are believed and it's fake. Like that's not what that gives women a bad name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like that's not what we need. Like we need to just like women are already getting like assaulted and kicked and blah blah blah, like whatever, you know what I mean? It's like we need to like support all women and tell the truth.
Yeah, there's always some psychos.
The ones who are telling the truth,
Right.
the truth.
You're a lying ass hoe. We're not going to support you, and that's on feminism.
Yeah.
So I think that girls a damn. Can I? Okay, not to change the subject, but like I did one of those 360 like cams today. Like, hold on, let me show you. And like I cannot stop thinking about it because I think I have a mole on my neck that I've never seen before. Like one of those, you know. And like I keep zooming in and like, can you guys see if there's a mole on the back of my neck? Do I have one?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Unless it's a tick, but like, yeah. Yeah,
Katie,
no, wait, other side.
So it's a freckle.
Yeah, right there, right
A
there.
big freckle?
It's like
Well, can you feel it?
it's like a big ass freckle.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Hey, I'll give you the number from a dermatologist. Go get
Has that been
checked
there
out.
for my whole life?
Probably not.
don't
You're
know.
just now realizing.
How often does
How
she
would
see
I
the
know
back of her
my whole
neck?
life?
I don't know. I
You
like
used to
often
have-
examine my body for like new moles and things. So
Well, how do you examine the back of your neck? Actually,
with a mirror.
this is a really good. Hold on. Do I do it like this? Okay, wait. Oh my God, I do.
I know
Yeah.
you just told me.
Cool. That's like what old ladies have.
Why?
You know, like when
You
old
have
ladies
you literally have freckles everywhere.
but like you know when old ladies have like skin tags.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Bailey has skin
I have like a lot of moles.
Oh my God, I saw this guy this and he had a neck full of skin tags.
Ugh,
Skin tag
That's
farm
like
on his neck.
looking into my future.
Okay,
Hopefully not.
Why do you associate skin tags with old ladies?
because they have them on their neck and they're always like the bigger ladies with like the neck rolls. It's a thing.
I made a mistake one time of taking a picture of a mole because I had one on my head and I like separated the hair so I could see what it looked like. And I have like never emotionally recovered from it.
I
Because
have never emotionally recovered
it's
from
like-
what
Wait, I
saw
think
in your
you
head.
showed me.
Moles
Show
are normally
everybody.
circular, but like my hair grows through it, so it's like really porous. It's really, really disturbing. And I already had one mole removed from my head. All right, next story.
That's fucking disgusting.
I think I'm growing one.
Maybe
I
I'll
think
get
I
there one
have
day.
too.
You guys caught it from me. Okay. So this person wrote in 2 stories. I thought about lying and making it sound like it was 2 different people, but I didn't.
Okay.
All right, first story. I was in kindergarten and was just learning how to write my name. Every week, my dad would have a horseshoe game and would play at the local fairgrounds, and my mom would be working most of those evenings. So my older sister and I would tag along with my dad and just play in the grass near the horseshoe games. My dad had recently bought a new F-150 truck, which is huge because people drive vehicles until they physically break down before buying a new one.
Just like our dad.
Well, as we were waiting for my dad to finish up, apparently I found a shiny thumbtack on the ground, and for some reason, I decided it'd be a great idea to write my name down the entire driver's side of this truck. I must have been so proud, but it's hilarious now looking back. 5-year-old me didn't even think twice about this. My sister kept trying to get my dad's attention, but he was busy playing horseshoes. I don't remember much, but I do remember the drive home. I was scared shitless, and it was a very quiet drive.
Oh no.
That is. Could you
I
imagine?
would slap my child right upside the
Could
head.
you imagine if one of us, like, keyed the side of dad's car with like our name?
I don't even know it.
Paige.
Well,
Right. You know what? Honestly, we'd get it from him. He writes his name on everything. We'd be like,
Yeah, this is
Andy's truck. Yeah, like we would probably write his name on his truck. But like, could you imagine if we did something like that to his truck? Like he would.
Well, remember a few years ago when dad just drove a truck back from Illinois from his dad, and he like just pulled in, long drive, like whatever, and we were playing frisbee, and I'm not very good at frisbee, and I threw it, and it went like 90 degrees, like the wrong direction, and went straight into the side of the truck, and he was like, I didn't have a dent in it. Like he was like, not a scratch on it, and now
If somebody did that to my car, I'd be like, oh,
Well,
shut.
but your car is a piece of shit now.
But like, even if I had like a car, like, I mean, dad's car is like a nice truck, but it's like,
Yeah, but to Bailey's
Well-
point, he literally just drove it home and there was not a scratch or a dent on it. And then Bailey just goes, freak!
it was like 5 minutes after he pulled in the driveway. He like just
why were
drove
you
it.
playing frisbee?
Remember,
outside.
Dad was like,
Sporty
really,
girl.
Dad was really into like the tip frisbee. I hated that.
Well,
I hated that.
Also, frisbee's like really hard to do.
It's really hard.
I can't do it.
Clearly.
I haven't done it since. I'm traumatized. That was nice about it, but it was like, not gonna play this again.
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Uh,
Wow.
Where's the second one?
Bowls and frisbees and
well, I'm gonna do the one.
You don't want to do the same one from the same girl?
I mean, I can.
You don't have to. You're reading.
Alright, the night before my mom and dad are supposed to leave for a cruise, my mom won for work, my older sister and I are outside playing. My sister stole my bike, and naturally, I picked up a rock from our driveway, which were large rocks, not the tiny ones, and chucked it toward my sister. I ended up hitting her in the face right above the eye. Looking back, I'm so happy I didn't hit her eye, but also, what a throw on my end. I don't remember if she needed stitches, but she still has a tiny scar to this day, and that was about 20 years ago. My mom was so mad at me, but I'm pretty sure I only got a timeout. Moral of the story, steal my bike, get hit.
Damn, I feel like that's something I would do.
It's just a kid just reacts, you know.
Yeah, like, Bailey, don't take my bike.
Bailey, don't play Barbies with us. Shake, shake, shake.
shake, 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 push you off the ladder. I would throw oh my god. Wait. Okay, so I pulled this up because I posted this TikTok that was like, you know, when girls are like, oh my gosh, she's just like my sister. We're best friends. She's just like my sister. And I'm like, okay, well, has your best friend ever put you in a chokehold and taken you around? Then the next second you're like, go to Taco Bell. Or has your best friend ever told you you looked good, but you needed to lose 15 pounds? And then you took that as a compliment. And then Rach Parcell commented on the video, and I love Rach Parcell. So I'm gonna message. But everyone was like commenting really funny stuff, so I wanted to bring it up to you guys.
That was really funny. I saw that and I was like, ooh, she's thinking of a very specific memory about me.
Yeah, I'm like literally thinking of Paige.
I'm like, hey, sorry I put you in a headlock. You want to go to Taco Bell? I'll drive and I'll pay. I got $5.
Somebody was like, my sister ran me over with a car once. My sister chased me around the house with a dirty maxi pad.
That's something, honestly, that's something you would do.
Me? You're disgusting.
You are.
Do you remember that one time you chased me around with a kitchen knife?
Me? I don't think I ever did that.
Because you were so annoyed that you were you had to unload the dishwasher, and you were like, you took a knife out and you were like, started chasing me around, and I was like, at first I was like, what? Like, you're not gonna do anything with that knife, and then you like kept like coming at me, and I was like, fuck, and I started like trotting, and then you started trotting, and I was like, oh my god, and we were like running around in circles around the island.
Well,
you are psychotic.
You probably shouldn't have done whatever you did.
I was just standing there.
Someone was like, listen to this Debbie Downer. I had a sister, but she died. So yeah, I have a best friend that is my sister. It's like, whoa. Like,
honestly, no, but we have to like appreciate that, because it sounds like she talks about that the way we talk about Gigi. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's like,
I don't know. I feel like she talks about it a little bit differently.
A little bit more seriously. So, hey Jade, real quick question. Can we get back to these listener stories and then dive into these comments later?
yeah.
I like the comments.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, we can keep going.
Hey, I'll pull up some of my favorites while you read.
It's 2 against
Great.
1. Yeah, so she's not gonna listen
I
while
love it
I
when you guys
am.
don't listen to me. All right. I'm gonna have this one be the last one.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Hi, sisters. I'm needing some sisterly advice. For backstory, my friend is going through a breakup with a longtime boyfriend. They just moved one street away from my husband and I, and the 4 of us would hang out all the time and have gone on multiple vacations together, and we're all close. They were even a part of our wedding party. Their breakup came pretty abruptly. Not to say that they had a perfect relationship, but honestly, who does? The other night, after a few glasses of wine, my friend told me about this girl that she thought her ex of maybe a week might be hanging out with. She tried to snoop on this girl's profile and turned out to be blocked. When my friend confronted her ex about it, he played it off that it was his friend's new girlfriend and swore he wasn't hanging out with anyone.
Sure.
After I went home, I had another glass of wine and logged onto my fake account to snoop on the new girl's page. She was definitely with my friend's ex and posted a picture of him to her main feed. Am I an asshole if I don't tell my friend what I saw, or should I reach out to her ex, tell him to be honest with her, or should I just stay out of it? Please send some advice. Love you and happy holidays.
Yes, Jade?
Okay. The friends broke up.
Yeah, I meant to name them.
So it's like, so Bailey is writing in. Bailey and Styx live where they live, whatever.
I thought
And
you were gonna
then
make us be the broken up.
They
Me-
live in a house.
They live in a house. And
We're
then,
married. Surprise Sticks.
And then me and Tyson move in down the street, okay?
Okay.
Me and Tyson break up abruptly. 1 week later,
25th.
2019.
The relationship wasn't perfect, but whose is?
And no, it gets better. 1 week later, I suspect that Tyson is hanging out with another girl. And so I ask Tyson, I say, hey, are you hanging out with another girl? And he's like, no. See, the thing is, you're confused. That's actually my friend's new girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sure. But then Bailey actually on her Finsta, she saw that girl post a picture with Tyson.
Got it.
So Bailey's wondering, should she tell me that Tyson is in fact dating somebody else, or should she tell Tyson to tell me the truth? Or should she just stay out of it completely?
First of all, I'm not saying shit to Tyson.
But
Tyson.
look, we're just
Stay out of my city. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
honey, I'm just putting names to it.
I
know.
know. Here's what. Do you want healthy or toxic?
I want to know what your initial take is, and then I want to know your initial take, and then I'll tell you my initial take.
Okay, go.
This is what I would actually do, is I would stay out of it. And it really, nobody needs to know. And why are you trying? Like, first of all, Paige should not be even talking to Tyson. So the fact that, like, she shouldn't be concerned of who he's talking to or not. So, like, you getting in the middle of it is just fueling that relationship between her and Tyson.
Right. Bailey, what are your thoughts?
No, I agree with that one. I also might be like, listen, Paige, you gotta we gotta get in therapy.
I did, okay.
I know, you're great now. But like, I don't know, because I could see the way where it's like, let's just kind of rip this Band-Aid off and be like, yeah, you lost him 3 months ago. Like, this is like, we're moving on, and like, this is kind of what we have to do. Like, there's no hope he has moved on, you know? I don't know.
Because you run the risk of, if you're like, oh no, that girl Tyson hanging out with Stacy is like, if you said that to her and then she goes and confronts Tyson, and then Tyson's bringing you right into the drama, and he's like, no, and then you're gonna have to start to testify on your own behalf. And then also you run the risk of Tyson being a liar, like we know he is, and then you're gonna potentially lose a friend.
No, I do think that's how it would actually play out.
Yeah, because the thing is like, breakups are really, really tough. And like, everyone hopes that their significant other is not going to move on really quickly after the breakup. Like everyone hopes that they're going to take just as much time to heal or longer.
So
you know what I mean?
Longer.
Everyone hopes when you are leaving Colorado that he is not at his ex-girlfriend's house.
Exactly. But like the fact of the matter, and honestly, one of my friends, because in my real life with Tyson, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe he's with this girl I literally I moved out of the apartment yesterday. Like, this is insane. And like one of my friends, like, love her to death. And I needed to hear it. She was like, I know this is really hurtful, because it was really hurtful. It hurt my feelings. She's like, I know that this is really hurtful and like you're really sad, but like you guys broke up. Like he is single, and that is a fact. So you don't have the same, like, what's it called, like jurisdiction, you know what I mean? Like you can't, like, you can't be mad at like who he's hanging out with anymore, you know what I mean?
I'm just watching Bailey think about jurisdiction.
Is that like, you get what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say.
No,
Can
we
make it
get it.
better. Yeah, it's like, and I needed to hear that, because it's like I can still be really upset, but like I truly cannot continue to like go after Tyson to be like, you should not be with this girl, because why?
And then
because we broke up.
And you can't go after Tyson and say, you can't be with this girl. I'm going to email your dad, your boss.
Okay, that's different.
I will ruin your life.
Yeah, honestly, this is just like it's really sad, because like breakups are tough, and breakups never, it never feels good when they are the ones to move on first, especially 1 week after. But like,
and
you got to stay out of it.
Here's the thing that this great philosopher once said: nothing breaks like a heart. And that's the truth. And you just gotta, and just tell her that, and send her like a CD.
Actually, you should send her episode 1 of Your Poor Dad podcast, because she's gonna have so much content to just listen to and just laugh and feel better during this breakup. Because girl, I don't know what number it is, but we have a breakup episode, and I read some of my journal entries that I do think back on, and I'm like, I can't believe I read some of those out loud, but honestly, like, love that I did.
And I love that Peter sees our shit that we post online. So Peter, if you also listen, thank you so much for the listen. We love every single listen.
Hi Peter. Hi Peter's fiance. Congratulations.
You think Peter's fiance listens?
No.
She's had to have listened to an episode.
She doesn't listen to secular podcasts.
She's like, they put the suck into secular podcasts.
I don't know her. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sure she's lovely. Wish you all the best.
And nothing against you.
No, heck no.
Here's down to get petty though.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. Could be me. All right. Well, this was a great episode. I'm like so fidgety when I'm like by myself. I don't know if you guys see me change positions like every 2 seconds. And I've also snuck a few of these bad boys.
What is that? A Cheeto?
A hot Cheeto.
Describe the flavor. What's the palate? Like,
palate of a hot Cheeto is like, I think for me, it's more of like an oral fixation.
You know what?
From one sex girl to another, you guys know.
I was thinking the same thing about this Miller Lite.
Paige is trying to do product.
What I'm tasting is like a fine Pilsner. You know what I mean?
You're tasting is amber waves of grain. And what I'm tasting is Purple Mountains Magic.
What I'm tasting is my country 'tis of thee.
This is what this is. Sweet land of liberty. The fact that a guy who worked at a Fritos factory put a little like spice together and was like, hey, he took it to his boss and said, I think that we should do this. And he was like, I think you are onto something. And then now we have hot Cheetos. And somebody was like, somebody that I'm like actually pretty good friends with and know pretty well was like, Oh, it was Mr. Roberts. My best friend, Mr. Roberts. I was
Special friend.
my little special friend. I was like, I love hot Cheetos. I was like, I just need a hot Cheeto. It was like when we were in Chicago. And he was like, you're a hot Cheeto girl. And I was like, that's literally my entire personality is
That
hot
is like
Cheetos.
your identity.
Yeah. And he was like, I did not know that about you. And I was like, wow, no wonder we're in the place we're in. But
But
yeah.
I actually know pretty well.
I know it was Mr. Roberts.
Wow.
It's funny.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for listening to this chaotic. I hope it your net are key for you.
Hey, this was fucking chaotic. I'll tell you that
I'll
much.
tell you that much, but there's one thing we have a lot of big changes coming. We did a photo shoot, so we got a website coming your way. We're gonna have our poor dad work on a little studio situation.
Yeah.
I have some lighting ideas for us. We're like going in hardcore. So now more than ever, we need you guys to get us more stepsisters, because imagine you guys can all say, I was there first.
Yeah.
So
You're the original sisters.
make sure to comment.
Our 1 year anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
That's exciting. What do we want them to write in about next week? Do we want to do like best and or worst presents that like a significant other's gotten them, or like what are we thinking? I'm
Ooh,
thinking something
that's
close to the holidays.
Yeah, let's do presents. Oh, because this is like the kind of the weird time if you are like in a relationship and you're not committed yet, but like you're still really close.
Or it's
Are
like
you
you're
projecting?
or it's like you're
He
super
knows you
committed,
pretty
but like
well.
maybe you guys started dating like 2 weeks ago and it's like or
No,
you guys have been
it's more
dating for
awkward.
3 years. Like it could
No.
literally be anything.
No, it's more awkward if you were dating for like a few months. How big do you go?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like we're not just like we're saying that you can be dating for like
write
a
in.
week or years.
No, okay, write in asking us like do you have need advice about gifts? Do you have any awkward gift stories, like the best gifts, the worst gifts? Give us ideas, because like I have Mr. Roberts and that's, what do I get him? Bailey has sticks. Paige has BB. Does she get BB a present?
No.
Does
I already
answered that question.
Does Mr. Roberts get me a membership to the Jelly of the Month Club?
Probably. He
The
better
gift
give
that
you
keeps on
something.
giving.
Does and in our family we do Secret Santa. I'm hoping my Secret Santa buys me a mole removal surgery.
Hey,
Me too.
I don't think we're doing Secret Santa this year.
We
Okay.
can talk about that off our.
I know that's Paige likes to make.
Just letting you know.
This is
All
just
right.
us here.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us, comment.
And rate us, comment and rate us. Like I said, that's why I read that comment at the beginning of the episode, because if you guys start commenting, like I might read your comment or your review at the beginning of the episode. So,
Yes.